Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee Chat. My name's Dave Brown. I am a life coach, aka Coach Dave. This is Thirsty Thursday. That's what we're calling it today, Thirsty Thursday. And today I just want to go through some things that I kind of experienced while I was scrolling through social media today. And I want to show you people look at stuff, but sometimes they don't look at stuff. Sometimes you post something and nobody's going to look at it for more than a half a second. You literally have, especially in social media, you have 2 seconds to get something going. You have 2 seconds to get somebody to click on something or to get somebody to dwell on your post. And especially if you're doing advertising, you are going to end up on the short end of the stick. Good morning, Joni. Joni's over there on Facebook. Good to see you. And so I'm going to show you some things on some social media today, a little bit of stuff that may help you out, and I hope it does, especially if you're posting for business, you're posting to get people to respond, react, reply, all that kind of stuff. So, and we're going to see if we can get this. You're never actually going to get rid of the monitor, and you really never should, because sometimes my sound starts buzzing. And one of the things that starts to do it is the filter that I have that makes my voice sound good. So anyway, I want to make sure that doesn't buzz for more than a couple of seconds. So if it does, I will pause and I will go make it unbuzz. So anyway, what I want to show you guys today is I was scrolling through Instagram, and let me put this on there. Okay. I was scrolling through Instagram today, and as I scrolled through Instagram, let me get my Instagram going here. As I scrolled through Instagram, it was a case of, gonna make sure that this is working. I want to show you guys there we go. Today. Okay, great. I was making sure that I was paying attention to the Instagram ads because you got 2 seconds, and in 2 seconds, you really need to start showing somebody something fantastic or they're going to move on. And I'll show you that. I will demonstrate that for you right here on screen. So I'm going to go over to my phone screen and we're going to take a look at that. And over here, you can see that, that my phone is on right now. And we're going to go over here into Instagram. And let me get my pointer over here so I can point stuff out. And what I do is when I get on Instagram, things sometimes start to show up. And yes, that's right. I am live right now. And you can come in the show. But things start to show up and you see people start scrolling. And right away, if they're in the mood for something interesting, they start scrolling and things start moving out of the way. So as I scroll up the screen and I start seeing stuff, there's an ad right there. And if I'm not interested in ads, I move on. And there's Gary V. And if I'm not interested in stuff he's going to say at the moment, I'll move on. Politics, I'll move on. Gary V, I'll move on. There's a picture of a dog, I'll move on. There's a guy trying to sell me something, I'll move on. There's a guy with a guitar, move on with that. This ad I thought was interesting. And the 3 words that stick out are you on Facebook. That's you on Facebook. So those words stick out, but what is the ad about? It's about somebody on Facebook, but the wording is confusing. Why you should just be you on Facebook. And that was kind of confusing to me. One of the things that was confusing is why should you be you, just be you? Why should you? It looks like why should you be on Facebook? If you look at it fast, and people only have 2 seconds, they're not going to go why should. Yeah, see, and it's why you should just be you on Facebook. But it's too confusing, and somebody will look at that and they'll move right on. And there's Gary V talking to you about some honest stuff. And I'll turn the sound off. But Gary V goes on and on about that. And there's politics. You move on. There's party tips. If I'm not throwing a party, I'm going to move on. There's an alert about politics. I'll move on. There's an ad right there. And you can tell it's an ad for something. Walk to end lupus. Okay. Be powerful. All right. So I think that's something they want you to participate in. Looks like an event. This is really good. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, except when you click on it, nothing happens. So there needs to be one of those banners underneath somehow. However they do that, figure that out. Because nobody's going to go out of Instagram into Facebook, search, find you, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. So that's okay. But you see that ad, you don't even know what it is. That's a pretty picture, but that's an ad. And this is obviously, they want you to buy it. This is politics. This is a pretty picture. That's personal. So here's John Maxwell. He's giving a speech. Okay, so let me pause this for a second. That's my train that goes by every once in a while. I live right next to the train tracks. Here's politics again. Here's something they want you to buy again. That's really great. Everybody wants to charge on their phone. Here's a guy trying to tell you he knows some stuff. Here's another politics. This one, it's an ad for something, I don't know what. Sunglass, I don't know. Tours, I don't know. Here's a personal, here's a politics. Here's an ad for something. I'm not sure why that guy was sick, but that was gross. Politics, more politics. Living the dream. So my point here is there's only so much you can do. There's only so much time you have before people are going to just click off of your stuff. And by the end of it, it starts to look like this. This is what your social media looks like if you're just not interesting anybody. And then after a while, they'll just stop scrolling down so far that they finally get to something interesting. And right there is Jen. Jen's a social media, very good, high profile name. And usually Jen has some good stuff. So, you know, you might get that. And there's Kirk Cameron, got a picture there, but that looks like could be anybody. So all this stuff that people will just scroll by. And if you're trying to get their attention, it's not going to be very easy to get. Oh, there you go. Wait. We got to go back. We got to go back and show you Joni. Where is she? She's above here. I saw Joni. Where are we? She's in here. She's right above Jen. And so the point is there's so much that people will just scroll right by and not even see you. Although with Joni, we saw her. And there's my friend Joni. You can see. Hi, Jackie. Welcome. Good morning. And so there's my friend Joni. Joni, we are happy to see you. And you're so happy looking there. I like it. So, and you can see, I did heart it. So, but my point is on social media, here's something, parents psychologically, okay, go on. Personal. There's a business one somewhere. There's business right there. Not sure what that is. My question about this one is, why can't I read this if it's important? You know, when you do your ads, you want people to read it. You might recognize the name. You might say, I know her, but I don't know these three people. And this is hard to read because it's not very bold. You can read this name down here more than you can actually read the name on the ad. So that's kind of hard to read and kind of difficult to try and track with. Personal. Here we've got some technology stuff. Home Depot wants you to buy their stuff. Personal. There's Jen. Gary V, he says all kinds of stuff. You got to be careful not to show too much of that. You never know who's watching. And thank you for inviting followers, Jackie. You never know who's watching with Gary V on. You got to be careful with his content sometimes, some age groups. Personal. Now here's a guy. This guy is really cool. This is Owen Video. And Owen does some great stuff. I've learned some great stuff about broadcasting watching Owen. So go over there on YouTube and watch Owen Video. And when you go there, tell him Coach Dave says hi. Type in at Dave Brown Coach says hi and tell Owen I sent you. And then there's Gary V. Then there's George. George is awesome, but I don't know if this is personal or business. He's got a computer. He's dressed nice, but hi, George. George is a cool guy, and he teaches all kind of great stuff, rather. This one, business, they want to sell you a program. Happy birthday, crafting. This is a great ad, but the only thing you see is the digital entrepreneur and all the rest of the words. If you only have 2 seconds, you can scroll right by that. And there's a filming, there's a political. This one, John Maxwell, focused thinking. He's a thought leader, and we know that. But John, I really have to tell you, all the rest of that stuff, I'd have to stop and squint to see it. It's too light of text against too light of a background, and none of it sticks out except for 2 words, focused thinking. So if you're after focused thinking, great, that'll help you. But my point is, you have 2 seconds. There you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines of words against the black background. The contrast is good, but you're going to scroll right by it if you're not interested in stopping and reading. This is a really good ad. You know it's get your tickets. You know it's Houston, Texas, but these words down here are kind of confused by the building behind it. The same with this email address. This is important. And what I do with yours is not interesting. I don't know if not interesting is really the word, but a lot of people will scroll by if you don't grab them with something really bold and easy to read. And that's the main point. This is bold and easy to read with the Get Your Tickets and Houston, Texas, but you can't read light against that. You can read some of this. October sticks out. Houston sticks out, and the rest of this stuff here is just really, you're welcome. Thanks for following me too. But you're not catching what these words are saying, and if they're important at all. We know it's cancer because of the ribbon. We know it's Get Your Tickets, and it's an event in Houston. So overall, that one catches your attention. This one is really good by the same one, Shannon. Shannon puts these up. It's for Humanities. She does T-shirts, so it's Tees. Shannon does a great job. This is a very iconic picture. Call for vendors for this event in Houston and fitness gear. She's looking for people that can help people improve their life and their health by fitness gear and showing up there. This is a good technique where you put a lot of white space, your bold statement, don't wait for opportunity, create it, and then more white space to really separate you from everybody else and from all the confusion. And people stop and they go, wow, there's white space here. What are they saying? And this will get people's attention a lot of times when other things won't. So use of white space really will separate out your message. But then make sure that you use bold text, bold size letters. And this is kind of hard to read, to create it, unless you really stop and look at it carefully. So that's a good way to really stand out. And this is an ad, obviously, for the same Texas. The ribbon is an X. And this is a great design for the Texas event and for fighting against cancer. You see the word cancer over here below it, but you can't quite tell what this word says. So you kind of, I'm not sure if a larger focus on the picture or actually the text being larger will help there, but people are looking for wham, bam, just really quick stuff. And yes, when you see stuff you like, put that heart on there, definitely. And so here's another video is very informative because some people will skip the first couple of seconds and then they'll see exactly what you want them to see. So whatever this one is about, it's just too much for me to focus on. And Terry G, also somebody that I tend to heart a lot of the time. So Terry's got, there we go. Terry's got something she wants to give away. It came to her. She's throwing the ad up there. The Get 5 is the keyword you can use to get these things created and sent to you from Shutterfly. I think that's who it's from, Shutterfly. Yeah. There's a mug over on the left. Okay. So it's a Shutterfly thing. You can get a great deal on all this stuff and just use Terry's code that she sent there because she wants to give that away. She's not using it. Now, Gary V, he does a great thing here. This catches your eye, but he has faked this. This is actually, you think this heart and these things are actually these. You think they are, there's a like, there's, stuff, and he has somehow, how did he come out of the frame? Well, if you zoom this in, you can see that the heart, the chat thing, and the little airplane, the one like, and the Gary Free Tag a Friend Below thing, that is not part of the ad, or not part of the text, rather. That is part of the picture. So you can see that he's cheated, but it's definitely attention grabbing. He has literally leaped out of the page at you, and that is great marketing right there. Fantastic visual view, and you have to stop, which is the number one thing, and you have to look twice to see that something's going on there, and that that's a really, really good way to do that. So Gary's got some good marketing people, of course, and he can afford that because he's got that big company. Now you got personal ad. There's Deb. I love that. And that must be Brian. Deb and Brian. Brian is now a singer. See, he's got a guitar there. He's a real great guitar player. So there's personal. Who are these people? I know them. Hi. That's Joni and her family. Love it. Love the boys. And there's an ad. This gets your attention if you're not going too fast. You're kind of like, wow, look at all that stuff moving. So video is very attracting. And then Gary V talking about stuff. If you're into fashion, this one's going to grab you and you're going to say, what? Baltimore Fashion Week. So this is a good design and it grabs you. And it's not hard to read the text behind that because it is dark text against a light background. So this is a great format. The shading behind the girl really brings out that she's standing in the background, and the foreground is this diagonal banner, and it's easy to read, grabs your attention. That will be really great. In fact, I'm going to heart that because it's a good design. And then you got all sorts of crafting and personal video. Gary, there's more personal stuff. And so, see, Gary does this thing too, where he does this white space. This is an image that has the white space you can see. Just the middle of it has a screen capture of just a little bit of text from Gary, but he puts that white space in there to grab you, and this white space grabs you and separates it from everything else. So there you go. And how did who do what? April. Good morning, April. How did who do what? I'm not sure what you mean. Tell me what you mean. So you've got all that stuff going on there, another personal. And my point here, April, is that if somebody's going to stop on something, it's going to be what they're looking for, or it's going to have to be really awesome just to grab somebody. Like, I think I went too far. Gary V did a thing where it looked like he popped out of the frame at you. So that was really cool. And then we've got more personal stuff. Now, here's the thing this is a sponsored ad, but if you're paying for ads out on Facebook, you want to make something that's going to make people stop. So 10 terabytes of storage, bam, at no cost. That's a great hook right there. And so there's another ad. Is that Gary Vee again? Yeah, that's Gary Vee. So this is funny. This is a really great video. He goes and buys some stuff and gets it for 33 cents each and sells it for $10 or whatever. So that's cool. And good morning. How did Gary 3Dify himself? That was just a little Photoshop magic. Let's see if I can find it. My friend Joni again, right there. That's a little bit of magic. And all he did was he took a photograph of himself pointing down and hanging on to nothing. And then in Photoshop, they just clipped a square and filled the outside of that and around his elbow in white. But see, that's how it made him look like he popped out of the frame. And he didn't just pop out of the frame. He just popped into, actually, he just pointed down with his hand and they edited all that. So it looks like Terry just woke up. So Terry might be on here in a minute. But that's how Gary did it. And by doing that, that looks shocking. That looks like he's leaping out. And this whole thing where the heart and the little stuff that you see immediately below a picture, this looks like he's reached past part of the frame and he's got his hand out, but look down here. The picture stops right above the actual heart and icons. So you can see that Gary cheated. And that's a good cheat, though. It's a really good cheat. And you can see that that's the picture. So if you're not looking at it real quick, you'll see, he's leaping out at me. How did he do that? Exactly. And Terry, good morning. Good morning. I got your Instagram, no, your instant message from Facebook. But that's what I'm talking about. You want to do stuff that's going to stop him right within 2 seconds. And that stopped me. I'm like, what's he doing there? How did he get his hand out of the frame? And that's definitely a good thing. He got his hand out. So leap out the frame at them, and they will definitely pop in there. And there's Joni. There's my friend Joni. Hi, Joni. And see, this is good. Video grabs people, especially when it's jumping around like that. It grabs you, and that is a great ad. These are all things you'll just scroll by, and after a while, your feed just looks like this. This is what your feed looks like after you've seen too much and political and advertising and crafts, and you're not interested in anything else. You're just scrolling. And so if you don't want your social media to look like that, and Facebook's the same thing, just scrolling. And so if you don't want your social media to look like that, here, look at that. There's one for me to boost my ad. I don't want to boost my ad right now. So anyway, that's how social media works. That's how you can make your ads pop out at people. We'll go back to the other screen. So you can make your ads pop out at people. Think about, how can I be a little bit different than the crowd? And how can I either pop out, jump out, say the first few words that are really going to make people want to stop for 2 seconds? Because you've got like between 2 and maybe 5 seconds. Hey, Devontae, what's going on, bro? Good to see you. Nice to have you come in. Thanks. So Devontae's awesome. He's over there on our net friending. And let me put that banner up just to tell you, you can catch me a lot of evenings during the week and Sunday night over on net friending. We allow people to just come in, take a seat, and talk with us face to face, person to person. Come on the show. Be a co-host with us, all that kind of stuff. So, and if you ever want to come on the Coach Dave show, you can go to bit.ly/join the room, or you can drop a 1 in chat. That won't do anything for you, but you can drop a 1 in chat if you feel like it. You can hashtag replay if you see it on the replay. You can share it out. You can subscribe, like, join, all that kind of stuff, and share it to your friends and all the stuff you're not supposed to say. I just said. We are here Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Pacific time. Come and join us. And I did it. I managed to ramble on for 26 minutes. So we only have a short time left before the rest of the show ends. And that's right. Gary Vee was definitely thinking outside the box. I don't know if you guys saw that ad. That was a really good ad. But if you didn't see the ad, hashtag replay. There we go. April did it. She dropped a 1 in the chat. Right on. All right. Leave it to your friends over there in Tennessee to drop a 1 in chat. So guys, go on over to NetFriending if you want to see me a lot of evenings, at least 3, maybe 4 evenings a week. You'll see me over there. And yes, I will have Joni's statement right here. I saw myself. I'll have that going on when I see myself over there. And Devontae, right on, bro. Dropped a 1 in chat. Amen. Amen. Right on. Gotta love that. So yeah, hashtag replay, guys. Share it out to your friends. All of your social media should have coffee chat with Dave. Come on over, and anybody who wants to join the room, you can join the room. And anybody who wants to get this software I'm using, go over there to bit.ly/go live with me. You get the free one forever. If you decide you want the extra bennies, get $10 off your first month. And pretty soon here, we're going to be off the air. Guys, I hope you have a great day. I'm going to end because I haven't got my video together yet. I'm just going to show you a video that we have here. I'm going to end the show. And guys, thanks for coming in. A little bit about Show Dave, a little bit about Coach Dave, and then we'll go ahead and end. We got one more comment. There we go. Drop it like it's hot. I like that. I like that. Okay, so let me go to my branding, and we're going to end the show. Guys, thanks. Have a great day. God bless. Don't forget to drop a 1.